All right, so I know you guys are kind of friendly with the Toledo players and stuff, but what does rivalry mean to you? I mean, like, is it kind of different than in football and stuff?
I mean, of course it's different. Rivalry, period. Just there's more competitiveness in there, and it means a little something more, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, how important are these bragging rights in order to beat Toledo?
You know, it's so funny. I know all you guys are going to come with questions about rivalries and bragging rights, but it really doesn't have to do anything with the rivalry. It's this game's going to be everything both teams want. We're leader in the East, they're leader in the West. I mean, regardless of whether it's BG, Toledo, you know, BG Eastern, regardless of who we play, I mean, this is a huge game for both teams. So,
excuse me, how much has last year's game been brought up in practice leading up to this?
I mean, that's just like Coach Miller. He likes to bring that stuff up and fire us up, and it's they beat us the last 2 years in the regular season, so like I said before, regardless of what team it was, that means something to us. So we just use that to fuel our fire a little bit and come in with the mindset that we have lost the past 2 years, and you know, we want it this year.
Jess, I was curious, did you guys follow them very closely, their run to the WNIT championship last year? Did you guys go to any games? Or?
Yeah, we went to a game up there, and honestly, it's always good. You know, when Ball State won my freshman year, they beat Tennessee. It's always great to see MAC teams be successful in a postseason play, regardless of what team it is. So, yeah, we watched with a close eye, and congrats to them for, you know, being WNIT champions. I mean, that's great for our league.
How is scouting for them a little different this year without Nama? How you know, is it, you find this being kind of an interesting year in that they're a little different, but yet they're still pretty darn good?
Oh, absolutely. Toledo, I mean, over the past few years, have just become a powerhouse in this league. And you can't hide it anymore. And Nama was a huge loss for them, but I think they've done a spectacular job of, you know, filling that gap within the team. Their three-point shooting is ridiculous. You know, they've got great posts, great guards. They've got a great all-around team, and it's a tough scout. It's a really, really tough scout for us, regardless of whether Nama's there or not. So
You said the coach tries to fire you up during practice and stuff, so how fired up are you guys?
I mean, honestly, he does that for every game, and it's a motivation thing, and I thrive on it. But it's a challenge that he poses for us before every game. For him, every game's a big game, and he's right. Every game this year in the MAC is a big game, and so he's going to call it the third quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if he mentions that, but this is the end of the third quarter, making our swing through the West, and so it's a big game, you know, regardless. So I mean, we're fired up to get through the West, and just to start again our swing through the East.
We were all watching him, you know, in particular on Saturday to see how things were going. Has he toned down the act in practice at all, or is he the same Kurt, or have you guys been looking out for him a little bit?
It's a little push and pull, you know. You can tell he really wants to go back to, he's an intense guy, and he's very passionate about what he does, and there's no doubt that he loves this game. And so you can tell it's hard for him to kind of subdue himself a little bit, but it's very obvious that he's tried to make changes and, you know, kind of reserve a little bit, but still be the coach that he's always been.
What specific instances can you point out where that's a different Kurt out there? Can you think of anything
I don't
that happened
know
over the last
in the
couple days?
game.
Just over the last couple of days where
Well,
in the past Kurt would have done that, but now he's trying to do this.
Well, particularly in the game, he sat down a lot more than he normally does, and that's a huge thing. I mean, most of the time on the court, I'm running the play, and it's no different if he's 3 feet from me calling the play. So I think he's done a lot better with that, kind of relaxing and taking his seat a lot more than he normally does.
You had an instance on Saturday where he yelled at you don't gamble late in the game. Do you remember that? Would he have yelled louder when he was healthy, or you didn't even hear him?
I did not hear him.
Well, then he would have yelled louder. Because he was upset with the pass that you had made. And
Oh, I'm sure
we
he
could hear
was.
him from where we were sitting, but maybe you just didn't hear him.
I have selective hearing, which comes in handy sometimes. But, yeah, he's not going to, honestly, he's not going to be any less harder on us. Like I said, he challenges us every day. And he's not going to stop doing that. He's not going to stop pushing us. Just because he has to subdue himself a little bit doesn't mean that he's not going to expect the same things from us.
How much more as a team are you guys prepared for this game now than you would be, given the fact it is the next game, but it is Toledo, than you would have been, let's say, if this game was played like the second game of the MAC season rather than game 11, 12, or whatever it is?
Well, our preparation period, just because this is a bye week, is a lot more in-depth, I want to say. We have a lot more time to take different elements that we want to look at in the games each day. So having 4 days to prep for them and them having 4 days to prep for us, there's going to be no surprises in this game at all. I think we know what they do and they know what we do. So it's going to be an interesting game in that aspect. Everybody gets to prep for everyone, you know. Everyone scouts, but having this long to prepare, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun game.
When you talk about prep, you're talking about looking at a lot of film, sit down with individual coaches and talking about individual tendencies of the other team. How does it normally?
Our preparation has always been, you know, going over plays in practice, absolutely sitting down and watching film. We're a big proponent of, you know, preparation, and we believe that's a strong point of our program, and it always has been, and the coaches have always stressed that. So, yeah, going over plays, watching film, anything in between, honestly.
Just why have they been as good as they have without Nama?
Their coaches have done an absolutely fantastic job, I think. And their team, I think their leaders, their upperclassmen have, you know, really brought the team together. And really it's just about overcoming adversity, you know, and they've done it so well. And I think Coach Culp has done a fantastic job over the past 4 or 5 years there that she's been there. And, you know, it's evident, you know, they won the WNIT last year. And they know how to win. Their program has learned how to win, and it's very evident.
Your thoughts on playing in that environment up there?
It's always crazy up there, but I love it, absolutely love it. They're going to bring 5,000-6,000 people, and what a great atmosphere to play in. I'm thankful to get the opportunity to go up there and play an environment like that. It's fun. It's what college basketball is about.
Anything else for Jess?
Yeah, one thing, specifically, what must you people do to win that game?
Honestly, play BG basketball. He talks about it all the time, falling into how other teams play and their tempo or how they want to play. And it really, it's not a lot to do with them. It's a lot to do with us and how we execute things and just follow through with our game plan. And as Coach always said, do what we do, honestly.
Thank you.
Thank you.